Anzac Day this year is different from any time before. We're in week 4 of level 4 alert for our country. We are in lockdown.
Our schools are empty. There are no bells ringing, no kids running around, no laughter. Abandoned. Lonely playgrounds, silent classrooms, it is empty.
Our country is facing danger once again, but once again, like at times in the past, we're all doing our bit to help.
Our school is empty, but our students are still working from home. We meet together on computer screens, then tackle our work in bedrooms, living rooms, out on porches, and even in gardens.
It's different, but this is the bit that we are doing to help. It's important.
We were really looking forward to creating and leading our annual Anzac Assembly, and then lockdown happened. We thought we had to let the idea go, but somehow it just wouldn't die.
And so, here we are, creating and leading an Anzac Assembly that's prepared and filmed from our homes.
We really wanted to do it because we want to honour and respect those who fought for our country, and especially those who gave their lives.
Like our great-grandparents and their friends and their loved ones, we didn't want to give up. We wanted to find a way. Keep standing, keep going, and so we did.
We hope you enjoy this assembly. It is a different way to remember and a different way to mark Anzac Day 2020, but we hope that it marks the occasion in a special way.
Please join us as we sing our national anthem.
We have learned a bit about World War I and World War II. They were horrible wars to all of the countries involved. Now it seems to us that we are living in another war. This world is against a virus, and the devastating impact it could have if we do not fight it.
For all of us, things are different at the moment. For some people in our country, things are really, really hard right now.
They don't know if they still have their jobs, and they don't know if they still have their businesses.
Some don't have enough food, they don't have much at home at all, but everyone is sticking together and doing what it takes. We know that.
That's why we're grateful for homes, families, and food.
Just like in world wars, every single one of us has a part to play. It's really important.
Some of us are really nervous about filming ourselves. We really have to push ourselves out of our comfort zone to do it. But we want to. It's a small way we can show courage, but it's important.
The poppy has become a symbol connected with Anzac Day. In the middle of devastated lands during the war, poppies grew.
They became a symbol of life and hope in the middle of destruction. A soldier called John McCrae wrote a poem that has become really famous. It's called Flanders Field.
In Flanders Field, the poppy blows between the crosses row on row that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing, fire scares heard amid the guns below.
We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. And now we lie in Flanders fields.
Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours to hold it high.
If you break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field.
When people heard their poem, they found it really emotional. At that time, there was a lady called Rowena Michael, who lived in New York. She heard that poem and loved it.
In fact, she wrote to John McCrae to tell him that we will keep the faith. She thought there should be a symbol to remember all those who had fallen.
She thought the poppy would be perfect.
So she made them and encouraged people to wear them, and gradually the tradition took on. Watch this story, it will explain more.
The poppy. The poppy is a symbol of remembrance, worn every November to commemorate members of the armed forces who gave their lives in war. Its origins go back to the First World War. Amongst the churned up soil and shell holes of the battlefields of the Western Front, poppies would grow even when nothing else could. They would give Canadian doctor, Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae, inspiration while serving in Ypres in the spring of 1915 after recently losing his friend. He would write the now famous poem, In Flanders Fields. The poem would go on to be published in a London-based magazine called Punch. In 1918, in response to McCrae's poem, American academic Rowena Michael was inspired to make and sell red silk poppies and campaigned to make the poppy a symbol of remembrance to those who had died in the war. The Royal British Legion formed in 1921 and ordered 9 million of these poppies, selling them on the 11th of November that year in support of ex-servicemen and the families of those who had died in the conflict. The poppies sold out immediately and raised a considerable amount of money. The funds went on to be used to help First World War veterans with employment and housing. Because the poppy appeal was so popular, the British Legion set up a poppy factory, employing ex-servicemen to produce them. This continues today, with the Legion producing millions of poppies each year.
Did World War I finish on A, the 25th of April 1918, B, the 25th of April 1919, or C, the 11th of November 1918?
C, the 11th of November 1918. You are correct.
So that makes this question, it's a bit unusual that New Zealand holds their Poppy Day on April while other countries hold theirs on November 11th.
Why does NZ do that?
Are we just trying to be different, or did our war finish at a different time of the year?
We're glad you asked. Actually, neither of those things. It's actually a really simple reason.
The first lot of poppies that were shipped to New Zealand didn't arrive until April, and so New Zealand decided to delay the Remembrance Day until April, which was Anzac Day.
But why is Anzac Day on the 25th of April?
We're glad you asked. The 25th April 1915 was the day that the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps, the Anzacs, landed on the Gallipoli Peninsula in Turkey.
As we have been thinking, Anzacs, we've done some writing. We know we can never really understand what it was, but we wanted to try.
We understand a little bit more about what it's like to experience hardship because of circumstances. COVID-19 has changed our world.
We're not allowed to socialise, we have to stay at home. We have seen panic buying and we've had to learn to make do.
And so this week we have written some stuff we'd love to share some writing with you.
Will I live or will I die? The loud noise was piercing. My heart was beating out of my chest. Will I live or will I die? Where are my friends? Bang! Another bomb explodes. Will I live or will I die? I'm finding it hard to see. Is there anywhere to run? Will I live or will I die? Screaming, help, help is all I hear. Will I live or will I die? I'm scared. Who can help me? Will I live or will I die?
Day 107 in the trench, with my brother in arms as my only company. Blood stains the roof and gunpowder's all I'm breathing. Can't block the gunpowder from coming up my nose. The leftover gunpowder is all we could see. And night's always coming. The light's coming. We could see people. Aim. Fire. Boom. Boom. Ah! Medic! The screams of horrors fill my ears. Kaboom! Things started to quiet down. Not a hair of grass left anywhere. Just that attack caused an unbelievable amount of lives.
We stand together, shoulder to shoulder, the dead lay at our feet. Some of us stood, eyes closed. Some of us cried, and some of us just stood and stared out over the empty fields. Some of us started to make crosses. Some of us started to dig graves, and some of us just stood and stared out over the empty fields. Some of us lowered the dead into the earth. Some of us walked glumly away, and some of us just stood and stared out over the empty fields. Some of us talked quietly on the train home. Some of us wrote in our diaries about our time at war, and some of us just stood and stared out over the empty fields.
The school bell rings to start the day. At the same time they charge the cove. At 9 a.m, the start to their end. Water and sand just like us. We run no cares, they run full of fear. No quiet hush of gently slapping water and laughing. Instead, screaming mortars and hand grenades exploding dreams. A roll call, the saddest kind. Brothers, sons and mates, just like us. Carpenters, policemen and doctors, just like we could be. May our stories end so differently.
Just as the poppy became the symbol of Anzacs in the World War, we think that one of the symbols of COVID-19 would be the teddy bear.
Everywhere you go, there are teddies, and they're looking out of windows.
A lockdown song that's just been released is Too Tahi. We really like it and thought you might enjoy it too.
We really like the way all these guys been recording themselves from home.
Just like we're doing.
We're gonna be alright. 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 We're gonna be alright.
It might be a minute till I see your face, and you know I miss it, but we'll be okay if we stay. But I know we'll do it, I know we'll get through if we stay, yeah.
Wakakotahira Monga moko puna Wangafakareana Aotearoa Fitiki maranaki a ora Tawatariki a ora With a little bit of passion A bit of dedication We gonna be alright We gonna be alright Stay with me This isn't forever We're in this together Why don't you stay with me As long as I'm on Your monkey a tawa
Kins, bubbled up and it kinda sucks we can't cuddle up FaceTime and just checking on if you warm enough But we gotta do this for the greater good Hopefully when it all over touch wood
Wanna be right there with you We could breathe the same air, that's true
Till then my love is on like a for It's getting stronger, the distance makes the heart grow fonder
And I miss my brothers
I miss my sisters We're in this together Staying apart from each other Kotoku manawa Kaputa kaora Stay with me This isn't forever We're in this together Why don't you stay This ain't forever, y'all. Together, we're in this together. Come on. Stay. You know we got to stay together. This ain't forever, no, no. Everything's gonna be alright. You and me just gotta hold tight. Stay. You know we got to stay together. This ain't forever, no, no. Everything's gonna be alright. You and me just gotta hold tight. Stay. Be alright. We're gonna be alright. And stay. Forever. We're gonna be alright. Together. Forever. Stay. Hold up. Hold up. Forever. Why won't you stay? Hold up. Me. Stay. Be alright. We're gonna be alright. Come on, we're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. We'll be together. Stay. Hold up. Hold up. Forever. Hold up. Together. Hold up.
Yeah.
Maybe you're wondering what you could do for this Anzac Day.
We're not allowed to meet together. All of the ceremonies and parades have been cancelled.
Maybe said you could make a poppy and put on your letterbox.
And maybe at 11 a.m. you could stand out on the street for a minute in silence.
We want to honour our Anzacs in new ways this year because we can't use the old ways.
We wanted to finish with some of the most famous words ever written from the First World War.
Lawrence Binyon wrote a poem in the year 1914, just after World War I had started. It was called For the Fallen.
Most of the poem is not well known, but the four first found its way into our hearts around the world.
We share these words with you now. Come with us to the Civic Centre in Thames and say these words with us.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one.
There are people dying. Oh, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all.
We can't go on pretending day by day
that someone somewhere will soon make a change. We're all a part of God's great big family.
And the truth, you know, love is all we need.
We are the world. We are
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old.
Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn.
At the going down of the sun and in the morning,
I will remember them.